I got a question about number 7 on the problem set, which is actually like number 11 as well, that I have a screencast up for as too. I'll try to write small enough to fit my numbers in these little boxes. Here we go. So when you get a demand schedule instead of a demand curve, we know how to do it when it's a demand curve. We know how to get marginal revenue. It's, if it's a linear demand curve, the marginal revenue curve has the same y-intercept and is twice as steep. But when you have a demand schedule, that's quantity demanded. It turns out to be everybody that has a reservation price higher than the going price will buy. So this turns out to be your demand schedule. Quantity demanded here, price here. So when you have it in the information in this form, the easiest way to do it is to calculate total revenue and look at the change in total revenue to get marginal revenue. So let's just proceed. 1 times 50. Remember, total revenue is price times quantity. So $50 price, 1 customer, 1 times 50 is 50. 2 times 46 is 92. 3 times 42 is 126. My bad handwriting squeezed into these tiny boxes is not optimal. But 4 times 38, 152. 5 times 34, 170. 6 times 30, 180. 7 times 26, 182. And 8 times 22 is 176. And then marginal revenue is the change in total revenue divided by the change in quantity. And here we have the change in quantity is always 1, so I can just calculate marginal revenue by looking at the change in total revenue. That first box should just be left blank. I guess we go from 0 to 1. Marginal revenue is 50. We don't need the 0 at price 54. So 50 is that first box. Sorry about that. Second box, notice total revenue goes up by 42 from 50 to 92. So 42 is our marginal revenue. 34 is the next jump. 26 is the difference between 152 and 126. 18, 12. That 12 is wrong. I'm noticing the regularity and I'm saying, oh yeah, it's just every time it goes down by 8, and then I didn't implement. That, by the way, is an 18. 10, 8, and then 2, and negative 6. So what price, how much should George charge if he's a single price monopolist, and how many portraits? Remember that he has this opportunity cost of producing a portrait of 12. So every portrait that yields a marginal revenue greater than 12 should be offered. So he'll offer that 5th portrait, but not the 6th. And that means he'll offer 5 portraits per day, and he'll charge 34 per portrait. How much consumer surplus is generated at this price? Notice that the first customer would have paid 50, but he only had to pay 34, so that's 16. And the second customer would have paid 46, but only paid 34, plus 12, plus 8, plus 4. The person that would have paid 38 and only paid 34 got 4. So this is, let's see, 16 plus 4 is 20, 12 plus 8 is 20. That's $40 of consumer surplus at this price. What is the socially efficient number of portraits? Remember, the socially efficient number of portraits is every portrait that was valued above 12 should be offered. And notice that all 8 potential customers have a reservation price above 12. So social efficiency would have us offer all 8, or would have George offer all 8 portraits. And now George is very experienced in the business, and he knows the reservation of each of his customers. If he is allowed to charge any price he likes to any consumer, how many portraits will he produce each day? Well, here he knows the first person will pay 50. He charges that person 50, the next person 46. As long as a customer will pay him more than 12, and he doesn't have to worry about customers reselling this product. What am I going to do with a portrait of your family? Nothing, right? So there's not much worry about resale there. So if he can size everybody up and get their highest willingness to pay, he's going to sell to all 8 of these customers, and his economic profit. I didn't calculate his economic profit. The way we do it, we just say 50 plus 46 plus 42 plus 38 plus 34 plus 30 plus 26 plus 22. That's his total revenue. And then we'd subtract off 8 times 12. That's his total costs. And we'd have a number, and that would be what you'd put here. In this case, how much consumer surplus? 0 is the consumer surplus generated. So that's that. Actually, you know what I can do is, let's see if I can just quickly calculate profit. He's going to make the price minus his average total cost, his average variable cost, his average cost. So on the first one, he makes $38 in profit. In the second one, he makes 34. So 38 plus 34, 72. The third one, he makes 30. That's 102. The fourth one, he makes 26. That's 128. The fifth one, he makes 22. That's 140. The sixth one, he makes 18, 158. Seventh one, he makes 14. Anyway, now I lost count. I just heard a siren out the window, and it's all it took to distract me. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll leave you to do that part.